I want you to stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. Brown baby.
Bro, you need to leave the city. Unless they gonna get you. What? What? I need to see the barber, nigga. That's what I need. I need to see my barber. Fuck, got my shit looking fucked up. I don't know nothing about that. All that I'm gonna get you sucker shit. I don't know nothing about that. Sooner or later. Sooner then, nigga. Sooner than later, y'all. I'm tired of this shit. Come take me out this shit, cause I can't take it no more. Sooner than later then, you bitch ass niggas. Y'all be pissing me off with that shit. For y'all been threatening me for 20 years, fuck. It's y'all bitch ass on.
Convince the people of this planet.
Good evening, you guys, and welcome to the Sassy Show. We're going to be talking about KTS Dre. So not a really upbeat conversation today, but hopefully an interesting one indeed. So thank you guys. You could be anywhere tonight. So thank you again for checking out the Sassy Show. Hey, Auntie Donna Love, I like the new addition to your name. Nessa Allen, hey girl. Hey, Miss O-Star. Hey, IMB Sugar. Hey, sister. Hey, one of my most treasured model citizens. Robin, thank you so much for being here. Everybody go ahead and like, share, subscribe if you're not to the Sassy Show. A little bit different than what you guys may be used to. But nevertheless, I hope you do find it entertaining, enlightening, and overall a good time. Hi, 90s Flower Child. So let's get into this, you guys. And I don't know if I have anybody in the house that is living in Chicago right now. I don't want this to just focus on Chicago. However, we do know that Chicago is one of the major cities right now that is riddled with gun violence, but more so over, and I don't know if you guys know this because I didn't know it, is the violence that is occurring because these kids, and I will call them kids because they're really young, 20 years old. KTS happened to be 31, but we'll get into his history in just a few seconds. But a lot of these kids, these young adults, are actually pulling up. So the pull up is real. And when they pull up, they're killing each other. So let's get into it. Hey, Jackie. Hey, BB Nice. Thank you guys again for being here. So this Chicago rapper, KTS Dre, he was gunned down, I believe it was July 10th. That was a Saturday evening. Barrage of gunfire as he walked out of the Cook County Jail. Do you guys understand that? This was not a drive-by. This was a sit and wait. This was a pull-up. And they waited for him to get out, to get bailed out. He had been there over a month. He had been there since June for a a parole violation. I guess his girlfriend at the time got up the $5,000 on his $50,000 bail. 24 hours later, he was fitted with a ankle monitor, released in the middle of the night. Two gunmen full of cars, two cars full of gunmen pulled up, excuse me, and riddled him with 64 bullets. So, the 31-year-old Dre, he also went by Cutthroat Draco. Now, you guys can tell how I'm reading this name. I don't know who a Cutthroat Draco is. But apparently he was a well-known, local rapper. We all know those well-known local rappers, but he was more well-known for his gang affiliations. But 64 bullet wounds to the face, head, chest, and other parts of his body, authorities say. They're calling it an ambush killing. Clearly, again, I want you guys to wrap your head around. He talked this mess. And those of you who were in the beginning, I showed you that video of him. That was literally him on IG talking to a rival gang member, and he was talking to a rival gang member at one point, and also at another point he was just talking to the audience, but he's literally daring them, hey, pull up. Well, when is this going to happen? Sooner or later? All of this bravado. They literally wait for a month, because this guy was in jail for a month. And the other thing that people are wondering is, how did they know the exact time that he was going to get out? Because that is not a well-known thing. Even your friends and family don't know when you're getting out until you call them after you're out. So that was another thing. Like, was this an inside job? This is all allegedly, but it is pretty interesting that they would even know down to the time that he's going to be out. I guess maybe the girlfriend went and posted the bail. I don't know if she put that on social media. They were saying that some of his friends were, excuse me, guys, some of his friends were posting the outside of the jail, suggesting that he's getting out soon. But that still doesn't equate to them exactly knowing that what time he was going to get out. So it's very, very interesting indeed. So let's get into it. So this KTS Dre was a member of the Gangster Disciples. Now, listen here, y'all. Y'all know I'm a little sassy, but we ain't gonna get sassy with the Gangster Disciples, okay? So all of this Gangster Disciples and your family member, if y'all listening, I'm just reporting the news, doing a little commentary, okay? Sassy don't want no smoke. Sassy ain't telling you to pull up at all. Sassy is scary, okay? Let's get that very much understood before we move further. So I'm going to do a little bit of reading, and then I'll just freestyle just for some of you guys that don't know the background, okay? So report said that KTS Dre was walking towards a waiting vehicle about 8:50 p.m., 2700 block of South California Avenue. I literally not even a block from the jail. He just has to walk to what they are assuming is his grandmother's car, but that has not been corroborated. That we do know that it was a 60-year-old woman and it was a family member. So we don't know if it's his mother or his grandmother, because there are no pictures of him and his mother or him and his grandmother. So people are assuming either mother or grandmother. She did get shot in the knee and she is in great condition right now. So she's doing well, thank God. So this was a very pointed hit, almost like a mob hit. If you think about it, how controlled are you to sit and wait for someone to get out that you haven't spoken to in 30 days? So you would think that maybe you would either have a new beef, or you would have forgotten about it, or you just wait till he get home. But no, you want to do it in front of the jail to make sure that to make a point. Obviously, this is clearly to make a point to anybody else that's out here on IG talking smack. If you tell us to pull up, we just may pull up, and we may riddle you with 64 shots. But nevertheless, he's walking to the car, the reports say hand in hand, with this 60-year-old woman who's, like I said to be his grandmother. Two cars pull up, riddle them with bullets. The grandmother gets, I think it's called lay in wait. What am I saying? Lying in wait? Okay. Thank you, Ronnie Q. Hey, Ronnie Q. Hey, bestie. Mogul on the move. That's my best friend, y'all. Hey, girl. Smooches. But how interesting is it that you would hit somebody that's walking hand in hand with somebody, hit them 64 times and only graze her knee? One other young lady who is reported to be 30 years old was hit. A bullet grazed her mouth, and she's doing in great condition as well. So uh, I'm, that's just amazing to me that those two bystanders did not lose their lives. So it just, I don't, like I said, this is all assumptions on my part, but I've done a lot of research. And to me, that's like a mob hit. And I'm saying it's a mob hit. I know gangsters are mobsters and mobsters are gangsters, but what I'm saying is a professional hit is maybe the better terminology because they were very, very strategic in what they did and how they did it. And again, this all comes from talking mess with a rival gang member on IG, which I'm sure most of us, if we see something like that on Instagram live, I'm assuming that we would be thinking that it's just talking crap. They just talking shit. You know what I mean? It's not going to go any further. So when these fully grown adults, and by that I mean 50, 60-year olds are talking about pulling up, I'm thinking they're just talking out of the side of their neck because they really don't understand the consequences. Because you may be talking to one of these kids, these 20 to 30-year-olds who believe what you say, and they may just lay in wait. Thank you, Ronnie Q. I want to say lie in wait, though. I'm sorry. Just rolls off my tongue better. But anyway, um, they may be thinking that you're serious because they're serious. And then here you are putting your entire family at jeopardy because you just want to talk some shit talking and thinking that the next person is just bull crapping too, when really they come from a gang family that doesn't they don't play around like that. So that leads me to his family. Um, his his dad's name. Now, y'all could not find hardly any information on his dad. His dad's name was OG Jimmy. His dad was a gangster disciple as well. Yes, Mogul. The disciples were on good times. Girl, you better stop telling our age. Okay. Who pulling up what happened? Team AJ. We 13 minutes in. Okay, no. We're talking about KTS Dre. His real name is Londre Sylvester. He got shot 64 times outside of the Cook County Jail, which is located in the heart of Chicago. So we're just talking about that and talking about how this all kind of, I don't want to say this all started because he is a member of a gang allegedly. Um, but but he is a member of a gang allegedly. However, there is footage of him on IG talking mess talk with a rival gang member. But I was going to tell you guys about his family. So this is an interesting part to me too. And I was telling you guys, I could not find any information on his dad. I know that his dad and his brother, I'll show you guys a picture. This is his dad and his brother. Now, don't these two look like twins? I mean, and they obviously favor the dad very much so. They're not twins. The dad's name is OG Jimmy, a old school gangster disciple. Had a really big reputation for obviously not. I think the quote is something like he's not a shooter, he's a killer. So okay. So this is the environment that he grew up in. His dad is an OG. His brother also was allegedly a part of the Gangster Disciples. His dad lost his life, I believe, in 2012 from gang violence. His brother lost his life in 2015 due to gang violence. At the end of the show, I will play one of his brother's songs. His brother, in my opinion, and I'm not a fan of new rap. Well, I'll just be very honest. I'm not a fan of most new rap. Some of it I can dig, but most of it. But his brother, as the kids say, he had some bars. He really did. So it's unfortunate that that this family has lost three men in the family due to gang violence, and who knows how many else, how many more have been lost. Strong family. They look. I mean, they're like twins. And if you see, um, we I couldn't find any information on the mother or the grandmother. I did find the father's wife, which they seemed like they had a loving relationship. Seemed like she definitely had a relationship with his kids, because the pictures that you can see, and I'm not sure if I uploaded those pictures, but the pictures that you can see, it just, you know how you can just tell a few things by people. They do seem very lovingly. And this picture, ooh, he looking like a killer now. Like I said, I don't want no smoke, gangster disciples. I don't want no smoke. But honey, something in those eyes. Something in those eyes, you guys. My goodness. Well, so let me just tell you about more about the gang. Oh, and you guys, the other thing, there was another guy. His name was Indian Redbone. I don't know if you guys know this story, but Indian Redbone was killed either a week before or a week after KTS Dre. They were friends. They were allegedly in the same gang. And Indian Redbone was shot 12 times in his head on Facebook Live in the middle of talking shit. Now, did y'all hear what I said? They killed this brother down on while he was on IG Live. Yes, he did. Fresh Press. I mean, like I said, look at that, even that Stevie J lip right there. He looking like a whole killer. But again, this is alleged, okay? Because I have to keep saying, hey, Angela Cook, I don't want no smoke from nobody. And I'm about to talk about the rival gang. So I found this very interesting, that the guy, and I'm purposely not saying the gentleman's name that me, I'm such a, lady. But I'm not saying the young man's name that he was on IG Live with, because he has not been implemented in the killing. Neither has the rival gang. But the rival game is called NLMB. So that stands for No Limit Muskegon Boys. So apparently, these two gangs, No Limit and Muskegon Boys, joined together to join the gang No Limit Muskegon Boys in NLMB. So when KTS was on IG Live, he was talking to an NLMB member, telling him, "Hey, oh, you gonna pull up? When you gonna pull up? You can pull up sooner than later. Oh, you ain't doing nothing but talking smoke. Oh, nigga, I ain't scared of you." I mean, it was on and on and on. You know what I mean? And then he goes to jail for a parole violation. I guess that was in April. They said that the parole violation was in April. It was for a gun charge. The original sentence was for a gun charge. Then I guess somehow he got hemmed up, and the police found a gun on him, put him in jail. Took the family probably a month to get him out of jail, and $5,000 the same night, 64 bullets. And just so you guys know, KTS means kill to survive. And so his brother's name was KTS Vaughn. His name is KTS Dre. So all of the KTS members they substitute their name and put KTS and then whatever the short version of their name is. So that's that. He also, and kill to survive was tattooed on his neck. I do have a picture, but I didn't upload it because I was just like, again, y'all, I cannot tell y'all how much smoke I do not want. And I was like, they have all these rules in the gang. And I was like, I read somewhere that that's against the rules. So I said, okay, you ain't got to tell me again. Yeah, exactly. 90s Flower Child. It's not surprising that they had that many enemies, but it is surprising to me personally that now he's 31. So let me put this in perspective. So if he's 31, we have been dealing with social media at this core for probably about 10 years now. And when I mean at this core, with this much vigor, where we're sharing so much of ourselves, right? Maybe 10 or 15 years. Somebody in the chat will give me a roundabout number, because I'm not sure how far off I am. I know it starts back 30 years, but I'm just saying, like, maybe 10 or 15 years where we're going live, we're showing our faces. So I'm thinking that if he's 20 by that time, and even 15, these kids grow up with not being afraid to talk about their lives in front of an audience. They grow up with using the internet and social media platforms as private conversations. Because to me, the conversation that they were having in his dad's era, they would be either having this face to face, or it would be hearsay, or it would be over the phone. But to be doing this on live where possibly millions of people can see it, it is a new phenomenon, and I don't know how many people understand that this is what they're wrapping themselves into. They are literally on IG, on Facebook Live, talking shit to each other, daring each other to pull up, and then I guess giving out locations by, I don't know if their GPS is on, or I don't know if people, if they, a lot of these people, they just live in the same neighborhoods in this KTS, in regards to KTS Dre, they live two blocks away from each other. But in regards to the Indian Redbone, I mean, maybe his location was there, and he's literally saying, pull up if you want to, nigga. And they pulled up and got enough close range to shoot him in the head 12 times. It's just it's a mystery to me. What use are these gangs? All they do is fight over territory that legally doesn't belong to them and kill. Yeah, I mean, but gangs aren't going away. Gangs have been around so, just so long. So, and that's such a true point, Team AJ. Hey, View. So I didn't want to, this conversation, I really wasn't wanting to talk necessarily about the gangs and gang violence, because that's such a, number one, that's such a deep conversation. Number two, what's the answer? You know, I mean, what is the answer? If your dad's an OG, and your brother's a gang member and your uncle is a gang member, I mean, some people get out, but how? That's the same as the mob. It's not just a black people thing. That's the same. I mean, Irish mob, Greek mob, Italian mob. Your people are gangsters. The chances are that you may be a gangster. But what I really want to talk about is how these people are on social media platforms daring another person to pull up. I personally do not think that any of these people think anybody is going to pull up. I think it's a bunch of bravado, even for a gang member. I do not think that the day finally came that he was going to be released after, 30 days in jail, and he thought that he was going to lose his life that day. I don't think that. I think that he was talking mess, and if you, especially if you can't talk mess, you can't have somebody talk mess to you and not combat it with something, talking shit too, saying something out of order, and then it leads to this type of violence. It's said that he has one daughter. But again, a lot of this stuff. One article I read, it said that he's more famous in his death than he was in his life. So I think they would call that infamous, because I don't think anybody wants to be known for getting shot 64 times. And the other thing is, how does one get shot 64 times outside of a county jail? How is that possible? So this situation is bombastic, it's salacious in nature, because there's so many avenues to go down. Like, I mean, how did you guys know what time he was getting out? Why all the vitriol? Why kill him? Why shoot him 64 times? Was there a hit, or was this a personal thing? The difference is somebody over somebody else says, get this nigga soon as he steps a foot out the jail. If so, what information did he know? And if you know all of this information, my goodness, you seems like you would want to lay low. And in one of the articles that I read, they kept telling him, get out of town, get out of town. Now, I don't know how that works when you on parole, but he said on IG he ain't going nowhere. So it seems like a bunch of just like smack talking to me, roasting and gagging, as some of us like to call it. None of it seemed like, that anybody was saying anything of any significance that would get somebody that mad. And that's the other thing, is they're saying all you have to say is, nigga, you ain't gonna pull up. And then the other person pulls up because they can't be outdone by you saying that you told them to pull up and they didn't pull up. Y'all, it's a mess. Let me read what y'all saying. Sounds like it does sound like a hit, Fresh Press. Hey, girl, if I didn't say hi, I heard that, Jackie. I heard the Chicago police have checked out. God, God be with them. It must be a really difficult job. Whew. I mean, it definitely does, you guys. Maybe someone in the CPD. I don't know. Hi, Sleepy Libra. It is all so senseless, you guys, and they had some talent, but that's the thing. It's like the dad was. I don't know. This is allegedly. This is my assumptions. I'm just giving territory. Territory. Okay, look, I'm already talking. Am I a gang member? Anyway, just giving commentary. But why didn't the dad set the kids up to do something else? You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of kind of illegal stuff that you can do, I'm assuming, okay? But there's a lot of things that you can do that and still maybe possibly be a part of that world, but not be so deep in it. You know what I mean? KTS Dre had been to jail in his young, excuse me, y'all, in his young life. I know, View, girl, I'm scared of them. I'm just talking them all wrong. But in his young life, I think he had been to jail or been convicted something like 5 times already. So he was deep in it, and a lot of it was gun charges. So I guess, and that's the other thing. It's like, hey, Voodoo, it's like if he lives in a gang riddled community, he is himself allegedly a gang member. His brother, his daddy, all his people, his friends. How is he supposed to walk around and not be carrying? That's not, it's not even possible, right? It's not possible. I mean, yeah, Team AJ, you're talking. I totally get what you're saying, but I feel like that's us talking inside of our bubble. We all know there's two hoods. There's the hood, that's where the working class people live, the blue collar workers, the upstanding citizens. They ain't trying to get into no problems. You know what I mean? They eat, work, sleep, and pray and play like everybody else. And then there's the deep hood that you cannot go to unless that's your hood. Everybody understands the difference. So, in the deepest part of the hood, where the pimps and the prostitutes prowl, where the gangsters rule, you cannot be caught not wearing your piece because that may mean your life. And also, how difficult is it to get out of that type of hood? If your mom is a janitor, but you just live in a blue collar neighborhood, that's two totally different things from living a block away from Skid Row or on Figueroa. Figure figure I don't know how to say Figueroa. Figueroa. Anyway, y'all, it's where the prostitutes hang out in LA. But I didn't watch enough documentaries. I know exactly how to spell it. Okay. But it's just really, really sad that now, instead of just even face to face, now the young adults, the teenagers, the young adults have another weapon, which I'm calling social media in this case, another weapon to get at each other. That's what makes it extremely sad to me, and very interesting indeed that they grew up in this life with this social media platforms that they feel so comfortable. Yeah, I watched one IG live. It was 23 minutes. It was three KTS members, three Gangster Disciple members. Y'all, for 23 minutes, they were literally discussing that they had bodies. Y'all know what bodies means, right? How many niggas you done killed? Okay. I hope ain't no, I hope ain't none of y'all got no bodies. I can kind of pick out who may have some bodies. But anyway, how many bodies they had, what the dude in the back seat, it was three of them. They was mad at this one dude that was in the back seat when they was getting ready to rob somebody else. They're talking about this dude in the back seat. Oh, nigga, you want about it? You want about it? We thought you was our boy. We thought you was down with it. You talking about let me out? This is 23 minutes of conversation that is open to the public about them trying to rob somebody. I said, Lord have mercy. This what they doing? Y'all had no idea. I can tell my voice is getting really high pitched because I'm like, oh, Let me read some of y'all comments so I can calm down. What is Jackie says, what is so concerning to me is how desensitized we have. Jackie, that's what I'm talking about, girl. We have become so desensitized. And furthermore, I didn't even know this kind of crap was happening because I'm the first person to tell you, listen, I ain't rich, okay? I can't wait till the day that I am. Lord knows I done lost a lot of money. I done had some trials and tribulations, just like the next person, okay? But I do live in a bubble, and I have to be clear about that. I do live in a bubble. I'm not going to hear gunshots outside of my window tonight. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not afraid that my parents, when they go to the grocery store, somebody's going to harass them. I'm not. So I do live in somewhat of a bubble. I didn't even know that this was occurring, that these people, these young people are having candid conversations online for everybody to hear. And y'all also know that means the feds is listening too. Okay? We know the feds is listening. Come on. If I didn't say hey to you, Kim, hey girl, I try to blend but not blend. All I'm doing is trying to get my weed, but I found someone that view. Girl, I'm glad you found somebody that delivers because, honey, delivery is where it's at. So, from what I hear, okay. Ronnie Q says trades are going dark and afford a good living, but there's no push to get black men certified. Trades are where it's at. But Ronnie, they have to have the mindset to even do it. So that's why I'm not talking about getting them out of gangs because that to me that's a mute conversation. We would I mean, I would love to talk to you guys for hours, but it's not going to go anywhere. We know that they can be a welder, a plumber, a HVAC person. They can go to the military. We all oil and gas rig. You can make a trucker, get your CDL. There's plenty of opportunity for them to get out. It's not the opportunity is not there. It's the mindset. And again, if my dad was an OG, maybe I would be dating a OG right now. You understand what I'm saying? So who am I to be sitting in judgment, so to speak, about them being in a gang when that is all that they know? Some people get out, yeah, but most don't, y'all. They just, I mean, they don't. Miss View, I DoorDash my weed too. Voodoo, stop lying, girl. That's the gang life. They have that's it. Flowers Child, they signed up for it. Everybody is not going to be able to cut. No, everybody's not going to be able to go to college, and nor should everybody go to college. I'm not an advocate for everybody going to college. I'm an advocate for everybody learning a trade and or college and or military so that you have something to fall back on for sure. Um, there are way too many, AJ says, there are way too many pointless things people take super seriously in all races and cultures, and so many important things that people don't care about. Team AJ. I mean, this should be plastered over. Y'all, I have CNN on right now. It's on mute. It literally wake up in the morning. The only reason why I cut the TV off in the bedroom is so I could be dark. Okay. But wake up in the morning, turn both of the TVs on, CNN, MSNBC. Sometimes y'all know I gotta watch Fox. Anyway, on silent, always watching it. This should be front page news, as we used to say. This should be on. I don't watch local news. Y'all can tell me if it's on the local news. I'm sure it's on the local news in Chicago, but they probably so desensitized with 17 murders a weekend, they can't even keep up. But this should be a priority of what is happening to our young people on social media because I don't even think they can wrap their heads around it. And if you want to get serious, what I would really like to know is I ain't gonna even say that. I really want to say that. Hey, MY Carter, I'm so glad you caught it live too. Um, let me read this. Let me see if I should say this because I'm gonna tell you what I really want to say in a minute. I think the trades are where the money is. If you don't mind hard labor, they make fabulous money. Of course, Reverend Love, of course, of course. Thank you guys so much for the interaction. Please hit the like button if you haven't. I almost went into my you know who voice. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Hi, Sarah Vaughn. Right, college isn't for everyone, View, but there are options besides not working and standing on the corner or hanging on YouTube. Yeah, there are options. We get that, you guys. And I understand why you guys want to say that, but does anybody want to admit the fact that if you're born into that life, it's very difficult to get out of? Who's telling him? Who's creating these opportunities of knowledge for him? How does he even know? There's a lot of things that I don't know because I've never been taught them. And sometimes I don't even know to go look for them because I don't even know where to find them. So if I can take myself, and I was told to go to school, okay? I was taught to be polite. I was even taught how to curse appropriately. I was taught everything I know. And then the other stuff, and then I honed my skills. So if nobody's teaching them to do this, and this is a viable life, just to, who I don't, what are we doing here? We can talk about it all day long about getting out of the game. It just is what it is. Fresh Press, what did you say? When my youngest nephew got murdered, it opened my eyes to more things than I thought, and I'm 44. My God, I am so sorry to hear that. That must have been devastating. They do, y'all. We know they have workforce programs. They have all of that. They have all of that. But that's not the point. They know. And I'm not gonna even say they know, but they can't wrap their heads around it. Just like I'm sure Indian Redbone talking his shit on Facebook Live, talking about pull up. I'm positive he did not think that they were gonna pull up and shoot him in his head 12 times. I'm positive, and that brings me to this statement that I was gonna make. You know what I wonder, y'all? I wonder if they're in purgatory. Now, bear with me. I wonder if they're in purgatory. I wonder if they have the ability, if they're in heaven, I should add that as well. If they're at peace, if they have the ability to think of what happened on earth. I'm very curious as to that. Because if that is the case, I'll leave it at that because I know that's too deep. And I don't mean too deep for you guys because I know I can see. Hey Fifi, thank you girl for coming over. I know I got some deep thinkers in the house, but it's too much for me to be talking about. Well, let me catch up. Hey Lady Nika. Professional Fruits of Labor. Hi, Fruits of Labor. Thank you for joining me. Fifi, I'm in the kitchen. Okay, Sarah Vaughan. Girl, you cooking? I'm not cooking tonight. So, you guys, that's what I really wanted to talk about. And like I said, in regards to, we just went through that. Those of you who are coming from, hey, Miss Cruiser, coming in from my cousin's sector of people, grown ass people, 50-plus-year-old people pulling up. One person having a gun in their hand, the other person's all made up. Uh, Another girl who's lost her children, supposedly. I don't really know a lot about these stories, but of course, I hear the whispers pulling up on somebody else across the street. And these are fully grown adults, 40 and over, sometimes 50 and over. Um, and so, if there is no hope for them, how can we hope for our children to get the message that this is not the way to go? This is adding a whole other spin to roasting and gagging and shit talking. You know what I mean? It's doing too much because again, I'm sure that they just thought that they were just pumping up off the mouth. They didn't think they were going to get pulled up on and be dead now. So I that's what I really pulling up in a hover round. Oh, okay, Ronnie, stealing it from Walmart to boot. Okay, y'all, just a whole mess. And then I wonder about this other. So this is the other thing. Now y'all know, no suspects in the case. I would assume that the county jail has cameras outside of it, right? I mean, isn't that just normal that the county jail would have? I mean, we're living 2021. So no license plate, no vehicle description, nobody saw them waiting anywhere. Now I'm gonna tell you on the real, if I had seen them waiting, I wouldn't be talking about it either. So let me just be very clear about that because I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the police department didn't, I mean, no officer was waiting outside for their Uber Eats or a drop off, or Nobody saw anything. So this crime will go, uh, what is it called, y'all? You know how I lose my words sometimes. It'll go, gosh, y'all, what's the word? Y'all will tell me in a minute. But yeah, unsolved. Uh, no shift change, girl. Unsolved. Yes, girl. You know it's gonna take me a minute. I'm like, okay, so then now, okay, you guys, let's talk about this angle. Now, I don't normally talk about black angles, white angles, unless it's very apropos to the conversation. However, it may be on this conversation because until I see some footage of some white kids or some Asian kids on IG, I ain't gonna even say that because they talk crazy on IG all day. Until I see a white kid get shot 64 times out of a top 10 city jail, then I'm gonna say this is, is it that the alphabet people, the popo, everybody involved understands? Excuse me, you guys. Is it that they understand what's going on? They see it playing out in front of their hands, and they see it playing out in front of their face, and they are ignoring it because they feel like these Negroes are just going to kill themselves anyway. Is that true? Fruits of labor, girl. Where you? How did you learn about me? I'd be interested to hear that because I think that's an interesting comment that you just made. To shout out to both of those two people, but yeah, we're talking about something totally different right now. But thank you so much for being here. Someone inside had to have let someone know. Exactly. Robin, that's what they're saying, except for the fact that let me tell you guys this, and let me not spin a narrative. They did say, well, we know the girlfriend went to the bail bondsman 24 hours earlier, right? So somebody at the bail bonds could be the snitch. Now, this is all we're just pontificating right now. Okay. So she did go to the bail bondsman. They were tripping that it took him 24 hours to get released. But then the Chicago police said the reason why it took him 24 hours to get released is because he had to wait for the ankle monitor. So that was an explanation for that. They also said that two of his friends posted a picture, just a picture. I think one posted it, and it could have been a tweet or IG. I'm not. I forgive me for not remembering which one, but two people. One person posted a picture of the outside of the county jail, no words, and then the other person retweeted it or reposted it. But again, it still begs to the understanding of how did they know exactly what time he was going to get out, and were they just sitting there, and how many hours were they just sitting there? I mean, is that why there were two cars? Were they doing in shifts? But again, if exactly, Fifi, I'm gonna get into that, that's what I heard. But if my thing is that is a professional hit at that point. This is a professional hit. If you have people sitting and waiting on you to get out. Now, what Fifi said is he was killing a lot of people too. Now, I did not touch on that because y'all know I'm scary as a bitch, but I am a bitch, but I'm scared. So bitches aren't necessarily scary, but so I shouldn't say scary as a bitch. Scarier than I don't know. Give me another word because I like the word bitch and I don't anyway, but I'm a scary bitch. Anyway, so but they didn't have any proof of, there's no proof. He never went to penitentiary for killing. You understand what I'm saying? So I would have had to say allegedly, but allegedly he has bodies. Y'all know I know how I'm very hip and I understand all the gang lingo now, so I'll be using it more often. But he has bodies too. Exactly, friends. Come on, y'all. How many of us have them? Friends, the ones we can depend on. Baby, I ain't got but a few, but the ones I have, baby, they down like four flat tires, okay? If I was in jail, you hoes wouldn't know. And they definitely wouldn't be posting no damn pictures. Okay? Shut up. to my awesome friend base. I believe that the operation to defund the police has a lot to do with the police's failure to respond nationally. Well, Jackie, I'm a political science major, so we can talk about that. I don't want to get off on the another tangent, but that defund the police crap was ridiculous in my opinion. You cannot defund the people that are here to protect and serve. You need to put the other ones up under the jail that are doing wrong by the people that they were vowed to protect and serve. But to defund them was a socialist movement by the ultra left, and the sensible left, the medium left, had to bring them back to their senses. However, oh, view, that's cool. However, I don't think it's defund the police necessarily, although, I'm kind of second guessing that. I think you may be right. I think it's mostly the amount of violence that they have to deal with. I mean, y'all, do you know how many? That's a lot of killings and shootings, senseless killings and shootings to have to deal with on a regular basis, on a daily basis, when it appears that this is just what they want to do. The messaging was all wrong on defund the police. The messaging, the title was wrong, and it came at the wrong time. And I'm sorry, I am a Democrat, but I'm not afraid to say when Democrats make mistakes too. The Dems, the socialist Dems, okay, were wrong for using George Floyd to bring out that narrative and Black Lives Matters. That was the wrong timing during an election year. It was just all wrong because that is not what we should be doing. We should be getting rid of that mindset of killing our young Black men and women senselessly and hiding under a badge. But that is a small minority compared to the police officers that protect us and serve us every single day and risk their lives. And if I was a Chicago, well, first of all, y'all already know I'm scary. Hey, Electric Soul, Eclectic Soul. I always want to say electric, even when I'm reading your name. Um, Lady Nika, I said hey to you, didn't I? Hey, girl. Um, but I forgot what I was saying, y'all. But it was the wrong. It definitely was the wrong messaging. Oh, I was gonna say they risk their lives every single day. But if you're in like Santa Monica risking your life, that's a little bit different than you on the south side or the west side. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole, like, you literally are kissing your kids goodbye and do not know if you're going to come back home. You literally. Now, none of us know that, but y'all understand the difference. You're literally getting dressed for work and you're like, this might be the day. Because these people don't care about their lives. They don't give a damn about my life. And now in turn, what am I supposed to do? Am I now supposed to care about their life? Which, and I do know police officers, and they actually do care about the community, and they do care about the people that they serve, especially in the hood, because they get to know them. Actually, I've heard that the police officers in the suburbs don't get to know the people that live in that community because they don't come in close contact with them all the time. But the people in the hood, because of the nature of the deep hood, where you're out at the bodega, or you're out at the corner shop, or you're playing dice, or you're doing whatever at the park, they do get to know them. So I don't want to go off on the police thing, but let me read a little bit what you guys are saying. This is what we are experiencing in New York. Local lack of police protection in the subway, for example, to send a message. Oh, yeah. Now, Jackie, I know a female police officer, NYPD. She has 3 children, single mother, taking care of her mother, taking care of her. She has one child that's still at home, young child at that, maybe 7 or 8. And this last 2 years has taken a toll on her. It has taken a toll on her. There go my virtual boo thing. Big man, don't come in here acting up because Langston is in the wings. Okay. But hey, y'all, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I'll tell you guys and tell me your opinion. When I was researching this story, all I could see was like 15-minute uploads. 15-minute uploads and maybe 20-minute uploads on this story, and I was telling my crew, I was like, you know what, I got to get to the point where I can know what is going to be a good upload or what's going to be good for conversation you know so I appreciate you guys for showing up, for sticking it in with me for this long. I didn't think I was going to have an hour worth of conversation, but obviously it's makes it a lot easier when the chat is being communicative and talking back to me. So I really super appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's going to watch the replay. I so appreciate you guys. I'm a major replay girl, and the impact that your comments have on me after you've seen the live are enormous. And just very much appreciate it. I just can't say that enough. But tell me, you guys, because we're gonna wrap it up in here in a minute. But I have a few more things to say, but we're getting down to the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, Miss Cruiser, thank you. Hey, Diamond Dory, thank you for making it. Yeah, you and Miss Cruiser can watch the replay after it uploads. But tell me, you guys, how do you guys feel about uploads? Now, I know that from our cousin sector, we don't do a lot of uploads, but what do you guys think had I done an upload on this, or would you have preferred it live? Or the third option is a premiere so that you can type in the chat live, but you're seeing an upload, so to speak, but it's just an upload with a chat. So which three of those do you think you guys would have preferred on this particular topic? And I'll tell you the reason why I was thinking about it on this particular topic is because I can't really be sassy. I can't really be kikiing with y'all. I can't be goofy or laughing or making fun of people. Cause shit, we ain't got time for the gangster disciples or the NLMBP or whatever they NLABCD LMNOP. We ain't got time for it. I only do uploads, but I like watching lives. Okay. And View says I love uploads and premieres. Okay. Well, a few of my things I'm gonna try it out and see what I like better. Not to say that I'm not gonna come live, but I think I know. Yeah, me too, eclectic soul. I like the Sassy Show, I like them all if done well, but lean towards alive. Me too. Me too. We need to feel you more. You need to feel me, View. I like that terminology. Okay, so you're thinking lives because I'm new, but some people start out just doing 15-minute uploads and they're quite successful. Well, no, I'm not one of those. Robin, Robin, we know you're gonna say live, girl. But no, I'm not one of those people who I'm gonna listen, y'all. I give corrective criticism and I ask for corrective criticism. So listen, premieres are cool. You can stay on topic, but interact in comments while your content is playing. Yeah, you can. I've only done one premiere, and y'all, okay, y'all don't tell nobody, but that was by mistake. Okay. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay. But I thought it was cute that I could, but it was only 3 minutes. It was just a tag for the hey Sunny B. It was just a tag for the show, so it was only 3 minutes. But I thought it was weird at the same time, and I liked it. I was a lot of emotion. So I'm gonna be checking that out. Okay, you guys don't some of you guys may have missed last week's show, but I was telling you a little bit about Sassy. One of the things that I was telling you guys about is that I used to have a decent presence on Facebook. So I went to my Facebook family and I asked them for some salacious stories. And that segment is called Dirty Diaries. I have two emails. Y'all, I don't even want to read this. So my next upload and or live will be a Dirty Diaries series. In fact, I want you guys to understand what's going to be happening in these series. So this particular series is called The Underworld, The Underhanded. I'm sorry, The Underworld. Lord, y'all, I don't even know my title. I even wrote it down wrong. I can't stand myself. Anyway, The Underworld, The Underground, and The Underhanded. Okay. That's what this particular gangster series is going to go under. So if you see that in the title from now on, you'll know that That is going to be about gangsters. Dirty Diaries will be about people sending me in letters asking us for advice. So, child, that's going to be the next one. So let me read. We're about to get out of here. Let me see. Jackie girl, I'm getting the in the booth with you. I understand how you feel. What were y'all talking about? I know Fresh Press and Jackie are talking about New York. So I may come back. There is a New York story that I want to talk about. So I may a gangster that I may want to talk about. So hopefully Jackie and Fresh Press will be here for that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it though. Laugh out loud, the best of everything, and you can stop and start to comment. What on what? On what view? On a premiere? I've been toying with it. I haven't done it yet. Oh, thanks, Sunny B. They don't know that about me though, girl. I don't think they do. Sunny B says I give great advice. So whatever I give y'all, but these two letters, y'all, I don't even know. I'm already familiar with Sassy, and her strong point is expounding while debating almost anything. Barbara Love, that's the second time you said that. Let me read that again. Not today, but you said that in HB's chat. Strong point of view, expounding while debating almost anything. Okay, girl. Well, okay. Yeah, okay. And you know what the killer part is, Vibrant Love? I don't even be saying half the shit I want to say. Okay. That's the killer part, girl. Upload, premiere, and live reaction on one video. How the hell would I do that? Okay, I know that's your truth. I get it. I ain't mad at it at all. I'm just telling you, girl. I don't even be saying half of what I be saying. So I be like, oh, y'all think this is a lot? Lord have mercy. Upload, premiere, and live reaction on one video. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. Anyway, listen, you guys, we're gonna girl, please. View, I don't know if you do IG or Instagram, excuse me, Instagram or email. Well, girl, look at my description box and email me. What is IG mean? What does that mean? Because I would be curious as to what that even means. Thank you so much, Robin. Yes, you guys, don't hesitate to tip the host, The Sassy Show one. Also, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Shout out again to all of my replay people. I much appreciate you guys. And what I was gonna say, hey Queen Diva, what up? Hey Sherry She Shed, you came at the end, so you're not gonna be able to come over here and rouse up some people. Sassy, I really enjoyed this live. I hope I didn't derail the conversation. It wasn't my intention. This was refreshing and intelligent live with no beef. Thank you. Well, thank you, Jackie. And no, I don't know how you could have derailed it because you've been quite pleasant. And I thank you so much for your interaction. Thank all of you guys so much. I really super appreciate it. I am going to end with KTS Vaughn video, music video. This was made a couple of months after, excuse me, a couple of months before he died. So I just wanted to shout out to the family. Best wishes to all the living members. I know they must be going through something terrible, awful right now in regards to losing so many loved ones. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him. Not right. Now I do curse now, and I do a little screaming. But no, none of that. None of that. Just over here chopping it up. I don't want it to be bunker boring either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bunk boring bitch, okay? But yeah, all of that other kind of stuff, no, we're not interested in that. The Sassy Show was a regular on Avatar Nation, and most of us listen to you regularly. A few of us asked you to please get a channel. Yes, Vibrant Low, I know. No, you're not overstepping anything. I was just laughing at you and telling you, girl, yeah, I be at like a 35. Girl, I could get to like a 70. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but no, that kind of I'm not thin skinned at all. And I read energy. So I didn't take it, your energy as to say anything other than to say, listen, sassy is sassy, y'all. That's just what that is. Can you do a story on the death of a Bank of America Merrill Lynch senior vice president, Michelle Avon? Girl, wait a minute now. You in my wheelhouse. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Down, bitch. Girl, now I don't, if as long as it goes, now do you think, let me just read the story. Is this going to be a part of the underhand, the underground, and the underworld, or what? Who killed her? We'll see. Same topic, different methods of communication. One upload and follow up with the live chat. Oh, well, look at y'all. Y'all doing too much, though. Y'all doing too much because Sassy just trying to get this down. But I love that idea. I will definitely work on that and try that. You guys look out for my, I'll drop the link for the Dirty Diaries. The next one, I have a few interviews lined up. So just be on the lookout. Again, I super appreciate everybody's coming over and all of the interaction. So we're going to end with this video. Let me find it. Sir King last night was talking about how they switched up StreamYard. And I was tinking around today, didn't see anything different. Boom, 15 minutes before I go live, I see the difference. And it kind of trips you up. And I'm a new CC and it tripped me up. So I can imagine what it's doing to the old ones that upload a lot of things on StreamYard so it can be ready for you guys. But all right, you guys, happy weekend. I'll see you on these streets. Thanks again for all the participation. Love you guys much. Smooches. Until the next time.